and today we're going to go over habit number 3. I forgot the name. Oh, put first things first. Now, what does it mean? Let's start off with, as we always start off, let's start off with the basics. What does it mean? Put first things first. Actually, you can kind of understand what it means. You need to prioritize. You need to. So there's many different ways to prioritize. Prioritizing could be putting something first. Prioritizing could be not doing something because of something. There's many different ways of prioritizing. And habit number 3 is mostly about that. So in Sean Covey's book, he made a more graphical representation of habit 3. He created a thing called the time quadrants. Overall, there are 4 of them. Now, you're going to see an image right now, and these are the 4 quadrants. The procrastinator, the prioritizer, the yes man, and the slacker. Now, let's just go over of what they really mean. So, the procrastinator would be something along the lines of late. Kind of late. Who does things late. Now, to be honest, I am a bit of a procrastinator. I would leave things till the end and then do them. People are different, and that's why there's 4 of them. Now, the most important thing to take away from this is to identify who you are the most, because we are in all 4 of them. And every day, we mostly pop up in all 4 of them. Now, you want to identify in which one you are mostly popping up in, because that is the important part. So let's return back. The procrastinator. It would be a person who has an exam tomorrow, who friend would get injured, who would be late for work, who would have projects due right the next day and would do them the day before. Person whose a car would break down. To put it in words, they are more of people who don't have enough skill of prioritizing. The willpower and the won't power. So what things you will do and what things you won't do. For example, something that would be a will. Study for my science test tomorrow. Something that will be a won't power is something like hang out with, you got a name here, hang out with Dylan tomorrow. That would be something as a won't. Obviously the science test is going to be more prioritized over hanging out with Jerry or whatever. So a procrastinator would be more of like quantity over quality, which isn't necessarily good. They would just quickly write it up, and they're doing this just for that check mark, just to cross out, the due. Like, oh, I have my science test due. Cross it out. I definitely got a 2 on it, but whatever, it's done. Okay, cut that. Cut. So a procrastinator is a person that would put quantity over quality. Now, that isn't necessarily good, because they would just want to get done with things. They don't care how good it is. They don't care how much work they put into it. They don't care if they get a bad mark on it. They just want to put that check mark. That, ooh, I done it. They just want to do it. They just want to get rid of it and just continue on living a fun life. So the procrastinator doesn't really have the ability to do that. He doesn't really have power over the willpower and the won't power. And that what makes the procrastinator the procrastinator. Quadrant number 2, the prioritizer. So a prioritizer is a person who would plan ahead of time, not like the procrastinator. They would actually plan ahead, set goals, goal setting, essay would be due in a week, exercise, have like a schedule, it says relationships, but I'm not going to mention relationships because that would be really awkward. Prioritizers would have a very good schedule of their day, and they would oftenly plan ahead, not like the procrastinator. Procrastinator just do it. They just go along. They just go along with the rhythm. However, the prioritizer is way different. They would actually plan ahead. They would have a schedule. They would know what they're going to do. They would have a rough plan laid out in their mind of what they're going to do the next day or the next week. An example. Okay, so science test is due tomorrow. I got that French project, the math assignment. That's due in a week. I'm done with that. Yep, alright. That's due in like a month. Yeah, alright. That's due next year. Yeah, done. On my opinion, the prioritizer is probably the best quadrant, but we haven't seen all of them, alright? Let's not rush yet, alright? The prioritizer, they would have goals. Now, goal setting. Another huge thing about habit number 1. See, those habits are all kind of tied in together. They're just separated, and if, as I said, if you know habit 2, you know habit 1, you know habit 3, and if you know habit 3, you know habit 4 and 5, they're all tied in. They're all essentially one thing. Quadrant number 3. That's 4. 3. The yes man. Unimportant phone calls, interruptions, other people's small problems, peer pressure. What do I mean? Alright, let's open the book and take a more broader view. The yes man. Example, please. Hey Jessica, what's up? Dylan broke up with you? Oh my goodness, really? Oh wow, oh my gosh, it is your problem, but I'm gonna help you because I am the yes man, and I do spend my time on others people's problems. The yes man would worry about other people, they would agree to everything, they would help other people, and in that sense they won't have time to control themselves and worry about themselves. Brings us back to habit number 1. Themselves. Now, it is good to be nice to other people and all, but you just gotta worry about like yourself sometime. Like, I know there's other people, but like think about yourself. Like, I know how people say like, now I know that your grandma and grandpa would oftenly go like, oh, you have to be nice to other people. Be nice to other people, honey. If you be nice to people, they will be nice to you. Yeah, I agree, you do have to be nice to people, but like think about yourself. Like, prioritize yourself. And there is quadrant number 4, and it is the slacker. Well, do I even have to explain? Do I have to explain? Do I have to explain who the slacker is? Okay, fine, I'll explain it. It's like, watch TV all day, binge watch The Walking Dead, watch some, I don't know, whatever you Canadians watch. I'm actually foreign. You know, watch some YouTube, play some video games, go to a club. The slacker is actually in the not important and not urgent zone. Bring up an image right now. You see, he's in the non-important and the non-urgent zone, which means that he pays attention to the non-important things and to the non-urgent things. Would be like, you know, play some video games, watch some TV. Not important, not urgent, you don't have to do them at all. Like, just binge watch Netflix. Like, you don't have to do it. It's not important, it's not urgent. Now, that was the 4 time quadrants. And in my opinion, the prioritizer is the best. Makes sense why. They plan ahead, set goals, they have a schedule, they follow the schedule, they have a clear path of what they're gonna do. Slacker has no idea what he's gonna do, just comes up with ideas. Oh, I wanna watch some TV, I'm gonna go watch some TV. They just don't know. The prioritizer would have a plan, the slacker won't, so in my opinion, the prioritizer is the best. What are the steps to becoming a prioritizer? Now, I must say, for every person, it is different. What I would say is get, like, a diary. No, not a diary. Wait, is a diary like what you write your love notes in? Dnevnik. So, a diary, a journal, like a daybook, a DB. I don't know. Basically, have something that you will organize your life in. Well said. Find something where you will write down your goals and write down things that you need to do. So our school gives out these wonderful agendas right here. Half of the kids in our class just throw them out. Now, most people would say, I don't need this. I have it all in my head. Well, what you do have in your head is that girl that's sitting to your left. That's what in your head, not this. You know, you pay tax in this country, you get this. You have to be organized. And by organized, I don't mean having a beautiful binder where everything is perfectly laid out. I mean organized with your life. You have to write things down. You have to sort the things out that are urgent and that are not urgent. You have to sort the things out that are important and that are not important. And prioritize. Put first things first. Habit number 4. Put first things forward. So think of goal setting as a river, and goals are essentially rocks that you're putting into the river so you can hop over the rocks and get to your end point, which is your goal, your end point. And so by setting these rocks in the river, you are building up a way of how you are gonna get to the other side of the river, to the end point. Now, if you just... So my camera ran out of space, as it always does. And this was it for habit number 3. Next to doing habit number 4. And yeah, I guess that is it. See you in habit number 4.